Okay, alright. We should be back now. Good lord. Okay, so it was an issue with my Stream Deck software. Yay. We're back. Alright, so, like I was saying, I'm Ace, I'm gonna be your host tonight. Ugh. God damn it. It's warm in here. I'll take this jacket off. So yeah, tonight, we are gonna be doing something really exciting, something that has been building up for the past, like, year. And that's gonna be finishing the Teen Titans Redrop project. Yeah. Yeah, so something I've been working on and off for the past year, actually. It's coming up to a year next month. So it'll be just under a year by the time I get this finished. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been trying to push myself to get all the characters done. Now they're all done. And now we're going to put them all together. First, before we get into that, though, we are... Hold on. That's what we're going to go ahead and do some house cleaning, talk about some things, and we'll get into it. So, if you are... Let's go ahead and do the house cleaning. If you are not following... We'll get to that in a minute. If you're not following any of my socials, hopefully this works now. Let's see if this works. So, something I've brought up, I'm going to bring up here just a little bit. But this should, if I press this button, it should post to both YouTube and Twitch. Did not. Damn. See, unfortunately, I can't test this button working unless I'm live. But yeah, let me go ahead and just I'll just put this over. It's great. Go manually again. Yeah, there's the link to my link tree. That's gonna get you to over to everything. Get you over to all my socials: X, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, video socials, TikTok, YouTube. If you're not following me on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like this video, all that fun stuff. Links to Patreon and Ko-fi. It's a good way to support me as an artist. What else? Oh, Discord. Discord's in there. So the Discord works. Did not. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think it worked because we're both set up the same. But yeah, a good way to keep in touch with the community, though, if you join the Discord. Links to my game, Dubby. So this is this stream is sponsored by Dubby, and you can use my code to get 10% off. I'll get that over to YouTube as well. See if I can figure this out real quick. Oh, I posted it as myself too. Oh wait, no, I did post as the, okay. I mean, it's all set up. So I don't know why it's not. So it worked and it posted to Twitch, but it didn't post to YouTube for some reason. Which is like the only time I have a. It's the only time I have to test this out. I... Okay. So we're there. Do I have to change? Because these commands are set to post on Twitch. Do I need to post? So the reason why I'm testing all this out is because this is a new thing for me, StreamerBot, and unfortunately when it comes to the commands, Yeah, when it comes to like posting things on YouTube, I need to do it while I'm live, unfortunately. So that's why I'm like doing this right now. Okay, so if let's do this. If I do this, and I press this button, let's see if this works. Yes, I see how this works real quick. Do I have to do it this way? So I posted it to... So it's only posting it to Twitch. Why is that? Very strange. Yeah, I don't know. Very peculiar why that's not working. Also, why is my... Let me delete these. I'm gonna have to go continue to manually do it until I can figure it out. I don't want to spend any more time on it. Anyways, well, I will move this over to real quick over YouTube. That's what I was posted over to Twitch. All right. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, I had recently switched over. Is that audio like loud? I think it's loud for me. It's loud for me. Yeah, so I recently switched over to StreamerBot, and I've been trying to get all that set up, so I apologize about the weird stuff, and I'm going to try to do what I can between this stream and next stream to continue getting this working, because it's not working the way I want it. I thought I got it working, and it's not. And then also, I also switched over the way that Tana over here works. So, Tana is, I switched over the system for how she works. So I was using this system called what was it, Dubby, and that seems like it's kind of losing support by the person who's created it. And I was like, well, this doesn't really work out the way I need anymore because now I'm multi-streaming. I'm live right now to YouTube and Twitch, and it wasn't really, working out for me in terms of like using being interactive with YouTube and Twitch. She was not set up to work with YouTube because of the fact that there's no interaction with that. So I had to find something else, and lo and behold, the same people or team or company, whatever it is, that's working on streamer.bot or stream to streamerbot, it also has speakerbot, and speakerbot more or less is the same thing. So yeah, I moved all her stuff over to speakerbot. It took me a couple hours to get to figure out how that works, and then to figure out how to get everything set up. I had to manually set it up pretty much. And so yeah, so she now will interact with YouTube and Twitch. However, the drawback is now I can't talk with her anymore. I can't have a conversation with her anymore, which is fine. I wasn't really doing much of that anyways. Maybe in the future, because I know that it's pretty supportive. They're supporting it. They're making updates. So maybe in the future they'll start having something where I can, interact with the bot, with speaker bot, with technically Tana. But for now, she will at least acknowledge when we get super chats, when we get bits, when we get subscribers on Twitch, when we get followers, all that awesome stuff. So whatever event happens, she will go ahead and respond to it. Or if you want to hear her talk, she will go ahead and say what she wants, say whatever you put in there. Like, so instance, if I'm just gonna do this through Twitch, because there is a redeem that's in there. It should be in here. Where'd it go? There it is. It's for 1,000 channel points, but it's a oh, I need to fix it. Okay, well, I still need to fix it. Okay, so I probably won't see that. Oops. I thought that was working. That was during my tests. Apparently it's not working now. I gotta figure out why that's not working now. Okay, great. More things not working, but yeah, that's kind of where things gonna go. So I have more troubleshooting on that. So it's streamer bot and speaker bot have been kind of hard to set up. It's more manual work than other stuff that I've used. The other stuff is really easy to set up. They made it really easy and it just works. Where streamer bot and speaker bot is there's a lot more customization. So when it comes to that, it's a lot more setting things up, and you have to really know what you're doing, or you have to really find someone who knows what they're doing to tell you how to do it. And there's a learning curve, and it's a steep learning curve, unfortunately. So I'm still figuring it out. I'm still getting things working. But yeah, she is working. She does at least respond. She does not respond the way I need her to respond. But yeah, so I will continue to work on that, and so just I apologize in advance for a broken Tana right now. Let's see. I know that she does the subscriptions and follows correctly. That's fine. It just looks like the TTS isn't working very well, so I need to figure that out. So yeah, there's that. That's all the changes to the stream. And then so this piece right here that you're seeing is a piece I did off. No, I'm telling you, I just started on stream, so I work on this last stream, and I got it done. And is a better one. So this is the collab. Hey Baker, what's going on? So this is what we finished last week, mostly on last week, and then I finished off stream. And then Danny, because this was the collab piece with Danny went ahead and got his part of it done. So you get Jennifer and Ansel. And yeah, this came out really good. I really liked the way it came out. I'll switch to my art scene so you guys can see it better. There you go. So yeah, came out really good. Danny did a really good job, and I got a just Ansel version, just like so. And then Danny got his own versions as well. We just basically got the characters done separately, and then we put them together, gave them to each other, whatever. So yeah. So we got a version where they're together and a version where they're separate, and showing off like where the reference is coming from. Thank you. Yeah, Danny did a good job. Close that down. Those are all posted up to the socials. I'm going to play Game Chops. So those are the two things I wanted to talk about before we get into the main part of the show. And that's going to be working on this piece. So I'm going to start with a normal... I might just keep it at the 8 by 11 and a half, 8.5 by 11 pair paper size. We'll see. If it doesn't look good, then I'll make it more lengthwise. Like I'll cut down the height, crop it. I might end up doing it that anyways, to be honest. Alright, so what we are going to do is we are basically the goal of this piece is making it look similar. I'll pull this over. I'll pull up the old piece. So this is the old piece. This is what I got done in 2020, November of 2020. So we are actually coming up on 5 years for the anniversary of this one. It's going to be a year since I started this new project, this redraw. So it's kind of weird how things are kind of shaping up to be. So almost 5 years that I got this done. 5 years exactly, rather. But we are at the 5-year mark, right? Almost. But yeah, so this is what the original was, and we're going to be basically recreating this. Now, this piece was using... This was before AI generated AI. So this was an actual like picture, I believe, that someone took. I think. Don't quote me on that. It's been a long time. I don't remember, and I might have the original. I can't remember. But yeah, I was just gonna say it's a regular picture. It may have been AI generated. I don't remember. No, I can't have been because this was 5 years ago. But yeah, so basically this was an actual picture that I took. Kind of just plopped it back there. Really good when you used to have. Really good for when you used to have less experience. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this one turned out really well. A lot of people liked it. This was actually my most favorited piece on DeviantArt. Still to this day. Nothing has really gotten close. I think the let's see, because I have a gallery just for my most anything above like 10 likes, because I don't get a lot of likes on my art. So I just I do appreciate whatever I get, you know. So I like to at least put like, okay, these are my top art pieces that get more than 10 likes. I think if I ever gotten more, if I got like the 200s, or I might start, okay, let me kind of bump it up to maybe like anything past like through to 30 or 40 or something. But yeah, so I think, yeah, the one that's behind the Teen Titans was a Spider Girl. I still get likes for this one, which is crazy. Like, I'll just randomly get like a random like on it. I'm like, holy shit, another one. This is no AI. The background's not AI. Again, this was actually almost a year later I did this one. And again, it was kind of the same thing where I took a real picture and I just edited it, you know, so I wasn't completely just taking it and throwing it back there. Even though it is free use, I could have done that. Guess what I was doing back then? I wasn't doing like I'm still kind of in the same mindset of like, I'm just doing this for the character. I don't really care about the background. I just want the background to kind of match. So I went from just doing like colors or trying to do it myself to like, let me just grab like a free like stock photo or something, you know, free copyright use. I don't have to worry about people coming after me. I found a site that actually does that. There's actually a big artist that does, so I think it still does it. And sometimes she or they actually, I'll just say they because I don't know if it's she or he. So they actually do the same thing. That's why I found out about that site. It was like Pixel or something like that. Pixel. And so it's a huge like free stock photo like site. And so I was using that for my backgrounds. But I kind of want to be more authentic, which is why I don't really use it anymore. But yeah, so back then though, I was taking these pictures, and then for this one, I just kind of blurred it to make it look like it's kind of in motion, you know. I wanted to do that, like the camera's focused on her, but like the background is all blurred out, not only just because it's like the focus on her, but also because she's moving too. And I think a lot of people like that. I tried to recreate this. I was thinking that, oh, if I recreate this as like a 3D model, like this is gonna get a ton of likes. It didn't actually. It didn't even hit 10 likes. I was like, okay, I guess people like the drawing more, I guess. Okay. And plus it was a good opportunity for me to this is the recreation. I did this as a means of trying to figure out hair in Unreal. I never really got good practice with hair until I did this project. Like, this was a good practice, I think, and it came out better than... It came out a little better, I would say, than, like, the hair I did for my game. But not too much better, to be honest. Like, it still looks kind of choppy looking. But I just really couldn't figure out... I could not figure out what I was supposed to do past is getting the cards in there. So I still got to figure that out more because of my new game I'm working on. Nice retake, thank you. I did my best to make it as close as possible. I still feel like she's maybe a little stiff, but it's fine. I think it works. Yeah, I did a whole, like, I got, this is just the recreation, like, render. I do have other renders of her standing, like, you know, in T-pose and stuff like that. But this is all within Unreal. I think Unreal 5, actually. Yeah, it's Unreal 5, because this was last year. This is April last year. So yeah. It was done in Blender. Modeled and textured everything in Blender. I found a city. I didn't do the city. Again. I was like, I spent a lot of time on the character itself. I wanted to move on, so I was like, I just found like a free asset pack for like a city, the one that was like one that looked close enough to like what I did originally, and then I did some things. I changed like the street, I got rid of some things, and then like I added lights like shining on the buildings to make it look, because otherwise it looked like this over here, and I should add more lights over here, to be honest. But it was fine. It's all good. Like I said, like, as long as there's just some sort of city behind there, it's fine. I dn't really care too much, as long as it was like a night city. And then she's in the forefront. She did come a little thicker than I wanted to. When I was done, I was like, oh, she's really thick. I should have, like... I was thinking about, like, towards the end, I was like, oh, man, I should have, like, shrunken down, like, some of her body parts a little bit. But I was like, at that point, I was like, you know what, whatever, it's whatever. She could be a little thick. So I'll just leave her a little thick. You should maybe draw the background. Yeah, so, well, I am actually going to, I wanted to go for a 3D look, so that's why I kept it 3D for this one. But for the piece we're working on tonight, I will be drawing the background. I'm going to be drawing the city. So, the Teen Titans, for those who don't know, the city that they're based out of is, oh, actually, no, hold on. Is Jump City. So, and Jump City, so no, they're not based out of, they mostly are in Jump City, like the T and everything, like a big giant T building out there. Yeah, so that city is called Jump City, and Jump City is technically based off of California, mostly San Francisco. And so I found I decided to go into Google Maps and look at San Francisco. And I found like the perfect like spot to like recreate. I was happy that there wasn't a lot of cars on the road when they took this picture. Where's my references? Yeah, this is what we're gonna be redrawn here. For those who are curious, this is was it 512 Market Street? It's just by another crossroad. Too much work. At this point, like I'm completely done with that, so I'm done with it. Yeah, I took this right. So I'm not doing that piece anymore. That's done. If I ever revisit it, yeah, sure, I'll go ahead and actually maybe go back to doing like a drawing or something, or maybe I'll draw. It depends on how I want to go about doing it. If I go back and redo like the drawing itself, and yeah, I would just redraw it instead of using like a picture. But if I were to go back and just redo it as like a 3D model again, like I would just do it all in 3D, honestly. Yeah, so that's not gonna be anytime soon. Like that recreation was done last year. I tried to avoid doing recreations so soon. I'll do like I'll fix things up, but I won't completely redo a project that soon. I'd rather focus on new things, you know. The reason why I'm doing so many recreations this year is because that like redrawing characters I've drawn before is because a lot of those characters I haven't drawn in 3-5 years, especially these Teen Titans. Like I did all these in 2019, 2020, so I was like, I think it's a good time to redraw these and show off, like compare where was I back then and where am I now. And so this took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take, I'll be honest. Yeah, so this is going to be a thing that we're going to recreate. I'm going to make some changes. So I'm not going to redraw everything here because some things aren't going to work. I will... And I'd rather not do one for one. I'd rather, take some artistic liberties here. So I'm going to, like, remove this, maybe move it onto off this side street. I'll probably just make this... honestly, I'll probably just move this whole thing right here and just move it over here. So I'll probably just do that. Obviously I'm not gonna recreate the cars. Maybe like when we're 2, maybe we'll see. I'm gonna focus on the big stuff first. I'm gonna draw the focal point first, right? Get all the buildings, sidewalk, all the major stuff, and then go from there with the small stuff. I'm gonna sketch it all out first, like I normally would. And then worry about the small stuff later. I haven't done this is gonna be the first time doing a background, like drawing a background, and I don't know how long. Like a background like this. I definitely did do a background recently, and I think that was a good kind of practice for this scene. It was for the Speedy, because Speedy I did a like a rooftop background. And so I think that was a good practice for this one to prepare myself to get, we go back into drawing, like recreate, like drawing backgrounds myself. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing tonight. So what I want to do this off is I want to get the characters in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open these files. I didn't open anything. Oh, did it? Oops. Okay. This one and then this one. So I think this one should be an updated version. Yeah, that's an updated version. So I updated Raven recently. Because going back to these characters, I was looking through these and I had done some things that I don't do anymore that I started kind of doing with some other characters on here. Oops, I closed out Cyborg. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Because like my eyes, for instance, I don't. The way I used to do eyes. See if I can maybe pull up like the old version of it. Hold on, of Raven. I guess a 2024 version. So this is how I used to do the eyes back at the end of last year when I started this. You said last stream. You said last stream you're also. Yeah. I'm on Twitch right now. I'm on YouTube and Twitch right now. Legal drones. Thank you. So, oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm telling you, I'm showing you something that's not. So this is how I used to do eyes, right? So there's two problems I had. Is one, her eye is not the way I do eyes anymore, and two, her blush wasn't really blended in very well. So I want to say like a month ago, I went back, and also I think I tidied up her eyes a bit. So yeah, so go back here, and yeah, so I actually added a little more detail to her eyelashes. I redid the eyes to the way I do it now. And yeah, so I think I might have to, I have to do it with Beast Boy too. Oops. I forgot about that. Okay, so Beast Boy's getting an update real quick. We will do that real quick. Let me double check everyone else. Nightwing's... He's got a mask on. He doesn't need it. Yeah, and Speedy and Nightwing don't have that. Let's see. No, he's good, and I know that. Where's Starfire? Is not here yet. Where's Starfire? And then yeah, that's another thing too, is that I kind of did it with Starfire, but seeing as how she's supposed to have like green eyes technically all the time, like just straight green eyes originally, so I kind of wanted to do a mixture of that, kind of similar. I want to do something similar, right, to what I did with Speedy and Nightwing, where they have just like just straight white eyes. So I wanted to do the same thing with Starfire here. So she has the straight green eyes, but she does still have a pupil, no iris. Thank you. So these are all my own designs. I did base it off of existing designs. But these are basically of my own for their costumes, my look and everything. Like these are of my own designs. I need to do hood up for this one. All right, so let me go to Beast Boy real quick, and I need to fix him. He needs to be fixed. So what we're gonna do real quick. I wasn't planning on doing this, but it shouldn't take very long. Flies don't take very long to do at all. I'm going to save what I did originally though, so I don't want to completely get rid of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place everything into a folder. My layers. Yeah, not the background actually. Also, so I can switch back and forth into OG. And then I'm going to copy it, hide the original, go into colors. So it's actually very similar to what I did before. I just kind of I found a way to make it look a little more realistic, and that's what I like about it. So that's why I keep doing it. Oh, did I do it all in one layer? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, I can fix that. You did Cyborg and Starfire really good. Thank you. Yeah, the thing I liked about Starfire, and I think a lot of other people kind of picked up on, is I had a lot of fun with Starfire. I actually ended up doing like 3 different versions of Starfire. So this is the regular version of Starfire, right? And then I did a glowing eyes version, which I just essentially just put like I used the Eclipse Studio, the airbrush tool, and then just kind of did a layer of green to make it look like it's glowing. And then I've been seeing this a lot lately, where Starfire actually has like fire hair, and so I did that version as well. I've been seeing that on social media and stuff. A few artists do it, so I wanted to do my own interpretation of it while I was, you know, doing Starfire. I was like, you know what, let me use the opportunity, and we'll do that. So back to Beast Boy. So I'm gonna get rid, well, I'm gonna actually redo that lighting. So I'm gonna do that first. It's weird, but just follow me. I don't want to lose this color. So I do a big one where the light is shining from, and a small one. It's like a little reflection in a way. And then I'm going to hide what I just did. I'm going to take this green and go over this, and go over this, and then I'm going to erase the middle, and erase the middle. Oh, oops, hold on. And then taking this light green here, and I'm gonna put it over here, and this part of the area around the people I just erased, I'm gonna do the same thing over here. And then for shading, the shading color, put it here. And put it here. There we go. Oh, that's what I did. I think I started doing it as its own layer, and then I accidentally did it over the regular layer. I'm stupid. I've done that before. Bam. Although I am actually, I need to darken this. Let me see if I can do it through a tonal correction. Doesn't look, oh no, that's, that's a little better. Not exactly. Okay, I'm gonna just redo it then. Grab this, and I'm going to bring it down. What's the hardest anatomical? Wait, what's the hardest anatomical for you to draw? For me, it's either the face or. So what you're asking is, what's the hardest like part of the body? I just want to make sure that's what you're trying to say. Next week we should be playing a game. I am gonna do art. It's just not gonna be on Twitch or YouTube. I definitely do want to do a not for safe art, not safe for work art, but I obviously can't do it here. But yeah, if you I'll have if I do end up doing it, I'll have a link to where you can go and check that out. It'll be in a different platform. I've been there before, so forgot part. Okay, yeah, so the hardest part of the body. It's a great question. This looks a lot better. Hardest part of the body. You know what? I'm gonna go with the answer that everyone says. A lot of people say. The hands. Hands are hard. Like, it's so hard that like AI can't even get hands right.
You're breathtaking. Breathtaking.
Explorer 112358 is coming in hot with a rate of 7 viewers.
What's going on, Explorer? Oh my god. With the raid. What was that? 7 people? Might we explore your stream? Yes, you may. What's going on, Explorer? Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? Happy Friday? Happy Friday, my good friend. Yeah, let's go ahead and give a shout out to Explorer. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. Hold on a second. Oh, it's not showing up yet. Hold on, I'll have to do it manually. Second.
You're breathtaking.
Wait, did X already get? Heather! What's going on, Heather? Did you already get a shout out? Yeah, actually, oh, okay, no. Graham's got a shout out, but Explorer didn't.
You're breathtaking!
Welcome in, Raiders, welcome in. My name is Ace. Ace Play and Draw. I do art, I do games. Currently, we are streaming over on, we are streaming to Twitch and YouTube. So we got both, kind of communities from both sides coming in here tonight. No problem, no problem. What were you doing? What were you doing? Love the Beast Boy. Thank you. Yeah, I was just fixing them up before I get them over. Yeah, tonight we are putting together all the Teen Titans. All the Teen Titans are done. For the past, for those who are unaware, for the past almost year, I've been on and off working on a project where I've been redrawing a piece I did 5 years ago almost, where I had all the Teen Titans drawn in, you know, custom-made outfits that I made myself. Basically, I just redesigned them in my own way. If I were redesigning the Teen Titans, this is what I'd do. And so I decided to redo that again with my new art style. I've gotten a lot better in the last 5 years, so I wanted to do that. So I was just fixing up Beast Boy because I forgot that I forgot that I changed the way I do eyes, and so I wanted to change that real quick. But yeah, we got we're gonna be putting together Beast Boy. We got Nightwing here, Raven, Speedy. For those who don't know, that's Green Arrow's sidekick. Cyborg, he's way over there. Starfire and Aquagirl. We're gonna be putting them all together today, and it's gonna be just working on the background. Teen Titans goated. Speedy, yeah, Speedy's here. Yeah, these are all my own custom designs. I designed them. These aren't from the comics or these aren't from the shows, anything. Like, I've gotten inspiration from those, from the comics, from the shows. But yeah, these are, I've designed them myself. Nice combo community is very cool. Yeah, thank you. Stream was fun, lots of fun. Sharing new hiking spots and chatting board games. Nice. Yeah, I saw that you were doing some sort of like game design stream or something. I wanted to jump in, but I think it was like I was busy doing something. I was going out for work, and then other things kept coming up, so I wasn't able to jump in anyone's chat, unfortunately. Have you played Injustice 2? I have it. Although, actually, wait, do I have it? Yeah, I played it, and I honestly, like, I had a hard time liking Injustice 1, and I thought that Injustice 2 would be better, and it was basically just more of the same. I was like, ugh. So yeah, I played it, didn't really like it. I'm like, you know what, I'm going back to Mortal Kombat. That was the plan, but we went on some tangent that were more fun. Yeah, that's fine, that happens. It's all good. Alright, so what we're gonna do is, let's grab, oh, we got Tula up. Aqua Girl, which again, for those who don't know, Aqua Girl is Aquaman's sidekick. One of them, anyways. She's gonna go over here. And also, I'll show off what we're doing. So, this is the original version. I gotta pull that back up 1 second. Once I find it. So this is the original version that I did 5 years ago. And we're gonna be recreating it. So the placement's gonna be a little different, but Aqua Girl's still gonna be over here, and Nightwing's still gonna be in the middle. I think Cyborg will still be over here relatively, or I might move him over here. Beast Boy is gonna be right here. I switched his position around, and then Speed is gonna be over here. But I think Starfire and Raven are gonna be switching places. That's just what it's been in my head, but we'll see once I get everything together. Very poster worthy, yes. So I'm hoping the new one's even more poster worthy. That's the hope, right? Honestly, I think if I were to redo this, I wouldn't do it this way. I would have actually had maybe sketched out. I would have sketched out the final piece first, then did all the characters separately, and then go back and move them back over to the main piece. That's probably what I would have done, but I wasn't 100% sure if that's something I wanted to do yet until I got, I think, like, Nightwing done. Once I got Nightwing done, I was like, you know what, I am going to go ahead and put this all together. I'm going to redraw all the characters. Alright, so I gotta merge all this. Because the only thing I'm worried about is that it's like the posing and the also the size of the characters. I hope are not gonna be too off. And then what we're gonna be doing for, you can kind of see it there on the side, but I took a screenshot of Rip Robin. Which one? I did take a screenshot of, okay, so I explained this earlier, but so Teen Titans, their city that they fight in, you know, with the T building, that city is called Jump City, and that Jump City is based off of California, mostly San Francisco. So I found a spot off of Google Maps in San Francisco that I'm gonna recreate. I'm gonna redraw, with taking some of the artistic liberties, but it was off of, what was it again? What was the? I think it's near 512 Market Street in San Francisco. I just wanted a good spot with like
like a wide open street and like skyscrapers. That's what I wanted, and that's what I found. It took me a little bit, but I found it. Cause I've never been Damien. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. We're in Justice, yeah. I might have to crop or change the dimensions of this. I might not be able. They may look too squished, but we'll see. I'm really looking forward to getting this done. It's been it's been a long time. I didn't think it was gonna take this long to get done, because it's really only 6 characters that I'm doing. But that was also kind of my fault for just not like sticking with it. Not just kind of like I'm gonna put it off and I'm gonna work on something else and then come back to it and then work on the next character. So I really had to like push myself the last like. Actually, no, it's actually 7 characters, not 6. I'm stupid. But the last like 3 characters, I pushed myself to get done the past like month. All right, so they're all in here now. Nightwing's gonna go in front of everybody. Cyborg needs to be. Yeah, I think I will just hold on. I'll crop it down. I think it's gonna look more cinematic if I do it more rectangular shape, I guess. Starfire's gonna go behind everybody. I think Raven and Starfire should probably go behind everybody. I guess Beast Boy could still go over here. Aqua Girl, should move her back a little bit. Speedy. Starfire. You know, I was thinking I had to redo the lighten, but I think the lighten on everybody's good, honestly. Raven looks a little too big. It's like watching Marvel bring together individual movies into adventures in real time. Okay, so the focus now is going to be on the background. Everyone to a folder. I might have to mess around a little more with the placement of the characters, but we'll leave it there for now. That looks pretty good. Pretty good. It's going to be even more peak with the background. Yes. You rat. Alright, so what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to sketch this all out. We'll switch to my blue and my pencil. Actually, so I know where the line is going to be. So we're working in folders here. So the line, I would say, would probably be like right. Oops. Does that not work? Okay. The line's going to be about... Oh, I thought that was a line. Let me look at my reference real quick. Okay. Okay, and then vanishing points is going to be there. And then I want to mark out where street's gonna be. I want it big. Where is this line? What would you say is harder, 3D animation or 2D animation? 2D. For sure. So with 2D, because 2D came first, and when they were doing 2D animation, here's the reason why it's this is harder. Is because that when it came to 2D animation, you have to draw by hand every single frame. And not only that, but if something doesn't look right, you have to go back and redraw it. Either make a little fix somewhere, or you have to just redraw an entire frame. Like the whole thing gets scrapped, or you might even have to redraw several frames. Also depends on, and then how, like, what the frames per second needs to be. Like if you're drawing on ones or twos, most of the time it's twos. But depends on like it also depends too, like how much work you're doing, like how much frames a second you're doing. That also depends on like how much you have to go back and fix things. So it's like, okay, well I have to get rid of these, 3 or 4 frames, whatever. I have to get rid of these 7 frames. or 8 frames or 10 frames, whatever have you, just because like the animation was good, but then there's this weird area where the animation was funky, and so we had to basically just remove all those frames and redraw them to make it look right. And there's ways to avoid that by doing like what's called the flip technique. You kind of like flip through, like once you're done with a couple of frames, you kind of like flip through it and see how it animates. If something doesn't look right, then you go back and fix one of those frames, or all of them, whatever. Whereas 3D basically took that concept and made it a lot better. So when it comes to 3D animation, you don't have to, at least you don't have to. You can, but you don't have to. You can have just, so when it came up with like with 2D animation, is that you had to draw the fuck, what was it called again? The words escape me right now. You had to draw like the main parts of the animation. So if I was like moving my hand right like this, I'd have to draw this, and this, right? That's the main form of the animation. But then I also had to draw the in between. So if I was doing here and here, I'd have to draw like not every single time I ever do like a movement, that would be too much. If I was doing like on 2s, I would probably, I think like what, if I was going from here to here, it would probably just be like maybe 4 frames or 5 frames of animation, something like that. Or I don't know, it's probably like 6 frames of animation just to do like here to here, right? And then like here to here, and then here to here. So you do all those in betweens. Whereas with 3D animation, you don't need to do the in-betweens. Not really. You would still want to do in-betweens just in case you want to smooth things out a bit. But for the most part, the computer calculates that for you, because all you do is the main frames. So if let's say I'm doing this, I do this, and this, and then it just calculates that movement and then just animates it that way. And so when it's animating, you're telling it to move from here to here to here as it's going across the time frame. And so it's doing this. And so you get that animation, and it's like less work. You don't have to redraw things. If something does look weird, you just go and move. You just change the movement. And you're working with like, you don't have to redraw the character every single time either. You're drawn the character, you already created the character, a 3D model of the character, and you're just moving that character around. So if something doesn't look right, you don't have to redraw it, you just have to move it. It's up to, okay, well, I don't want to do this, I want to do this. And so all you gotta do is just like, okay, there you go, done. And it's so much easier, and that's why they did 3D animation, because it was improving on the process of 2D animation in a sense of like getting things done. And plus you can go, then now you can go into like more realistic look. You don't have to draw anything to look realistic. You just do it in the computer, everything's good to go. It was faster, everything was made more simple, and that's why 2D animation's it's harder than 3D animation, and why all the big studios don't really do 2D animation anymore, because it takes more time. There's a lot more work that is involved in 2D animation, so that's why they try to avoid it. Now there are simpler techniques for like cartoons and stuff that they do, because the cartoons are on a faster budget. They're on a faster timeline. They have a shorter timeline rather. They're on a smaller budget, and so they do, use shortcuts. That's why when you look at anime for the most part has always been kind of more simple. They do a lot of shortcuts to get things done, because they have even shorter time frames than like American cartoons, and so that's why you don't see a lot of like 2D animation anymore, because it takes a lot of time, whereas you see more 3D animation. But I think that's why indie studios and stuff do 2D animation, like you popular like Has Been Hotel, and you got the word Hell of a Boss, and they were doing the 2D stuff. And Glitch also now is doing 2D with its Knights of Guinevere, but they also do the 3D. So Glitch has their 3D animation that I'm sure that they love doing, because it's like, we don't have to like do a lot of like, we don't have to draw anything. All the characters are already done, the environments are already done. We just have to make any more new environments and maybe some new stuff here and there, but for the most part, a lot of the work's already done. when they go over and do those things. So yeah, so the shortened answer, 2D animation, for sure. Map animation next level, yes. So like I won't. That's not all the time that like anime is like quick and dirty, because like if you go look at anime, a lot of the stuff is like my teacher pointed this out. My 2D animation teacher pointed this out, that when they talk and they do things, that it's a lot of times the body is like standing still for the most part, and they're just talking, and so that's how they get away with it. They just do mouth flaps, and they try to limit the animation, and that's how they can get it done quicker. American cartoons will do that too, kind of, but it's like they tend not to do it. Like in Western animations, they tend not to do that. They tend to stay away from that. They tend to be more animated, like, because when you're talking, you're animated. Like, look at me, like I'm talking but I'm moving my hands, my head's moving around and all that stuff. And so that's what like a lot of Western animations try to do, but Eastern animations will like try to avoid all that stuff because they're trying to get a show done. And so but yeah, so there is the studios that try to go beyond that, try to incorporate more Western animation stuff, where there's more animation, there's more detail to the character. There's a lot more effects going on, lighting, and so they spend a lot more time on their work, and a lot of other studios are trying to pick up on that, like, oh, Mappa's doing this awesome stuff, and same with Studio Trigger, they're doing awesome shit too. We want to do that. And then now anime is now taking a little bit longer to get done. Actually no, they're getting more detailed, but they're still like getting it done quick, because they're like having their animators unfortunately work like 80-90 hours a week, sadly, to the point where, you know, animators will be sleeping on their bed, sleeping under their desks and shit. If you want, I can react to I mean, I kind of reacted to it, but I can react to the actual original video. I've already watched it, and I kind of reacted to it. I reacted to a video of a video for it, but there's a video where someone actually tried to, an animator, YouTube content creator who also does animations, he tried to recreate what it's like. He does like challenges, and so this specific challenge was try to recreate what it's like to be a Mappa artist. And good lord, is it grueling. There's even like a director that works at the Mappa studio, and there's like a video of him doing something. I forgot what it was exactly, but you could see, like, you could you could see the bags under his eyes, like you didn't need to like zoom in your hands. Like, it was like blatantly obvious that he has like huge bags under his eyes because of just how much grueling work that people over at Mappa get put through. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we can put that on like after my break. When I come back from a break, I'll put that on and we can react to it. There's also another video I want to react to real quick. It's a Kingdom Hearts video. Me being a Kingdom Hearts fan, you know, Kingdom Hearts is in the background there. I kind of want to react to that. I started watching like the first like minute of the video. It's basically just talking about like how long it's been since we've had a Kingdom Hearts. It's been a long time. Jeez. Kingdom Hearts 4, I'm surprised that we haven't gotten a trailer yet, because it's been 3 years since the last one. It's like, come on. I thought you said this shit wasn't going to take that long, because it was like, all we had to do was just move everything over from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5 and then just continue working. And apparently that's not the case. I don't know what's going on. God damn it. I haven't saved yet. Let me save that. So I got the vanishing points. I got the vanishing points. I got the vanishing point. I got the focus points, focus point, whatever, with the lines. So we're gonna start sketching out where the this is gonna be rough. Just sketched out where the buildings are going to be. that was interesting. I would have thought 3D was more difficult, but it makes sense. I'm going to D-stream. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Oh, thank you so much, Explorer. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, because I've done like 2D and 3D. I've done both, and I can tell you for sure like 3D is easier. Have a good night. Thank you so much for the raid. Enjoy the rest of your night as well. Close out. I'm gonna save this. Save that too. Why not? Just in case. Close that. Close that. And close you. Save. I don't need those open anymore. Okay, so now let's bring the opacity down. I would say it's a lot. I mean, doing digital art even I would say is easier than like traditional physical art, because it's like you can do so much. You don't have to. Everything's kind of available right then and there on one device. You don't have to spend money on anything. I mean, you don't have to keep spending money on like supplies like paints and brushes and pencils and paper and canvases. You don't have to spend any money on any of that. There's an initial cost, obviously, to get the equipment that you need, the computer or whatever device you need, so you can be able to do your drawing. But like once you get past that, and then maybe it's also a monthly subscription as well. Sure, like Cub Studios monthly subscription. But like once you like get past that initial part of like spending money, like you don't need to continue spending money. You don't need to go out and like, oh, I can't do a blue because I don't have a blue. And you don't need that. You don't need to worry about that. And if you make a mistake, Control Z. You know, like, so it's kind of the same principle or concept or whatever you want to say. Just imagine 2D animation, drawing sketches and coloring. Drawing sketches and coloring everything, only to just do it hundreds of more times, so it's slightly changed positions. I could never do that. That's essentially what 2D animation is. 3D animation, kind of the same thing as well. Like I said, like you don't really have to do all the in-betweens. You don't have to, but it is, I would say, still recommended in a way if you're trying to get like smooth animation. Because sometimes like the computer doesn't always calculate exactly where you want a hand to be, and so that's when your arm or just the position of an object in general, like you do, it would still be beneficial for you to go back and do some of the in-betweens as well. Like if something is, if you're like moving your hand this way and it's supposed to go up and that, right? So let's say I want to do this, right? So you go right, and then like suddenly it just goes but no, I want this. So then you gotta like move the keyframes around. Keyframes, that's what it was. Keyframes, that's the word I'm looking for. So you gotta move the keyframes around. You gotta do some in betweens. Like, you know what? His hand kind of does this. I don't want to do this. I want it to do this. You know. So then I have to go back, and when it goes up to here, I have to then kind of stop it there, move it, and then it'll move the way I want it to. That's kind of like what happens sometimes when it comes to 3D animation. But like how easy that was. I didn't have to erase the hand, like going over here and then like redraw it over here. I just had to do is just move the hand. That's all I had to do. Like that's why 3D animation is a lot easier. You know what? I do have an example I could show of like a 3D animation. Let me just do a little work on here first before I get too far into that. Alright, so I said the street was gonna go. Oops. Sketch out. Actually, I'm gonna move that down a little more. So it's building here, and then front corner building there. And the back corner there. Change the eraser to hard. What I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna put the Teen Titans building. A second. Actually, this building right here, it looks like similar to like the pizza joint that they would go to in the show. So maybe I can play with that a little bit. I'm drawing as you watch. Okay, cool. Sorry, I just now looked over in the chat.
You're breathtaking.
Who's that? Tiger Puppeteer, what's going on? How's the comments? Come on, good. Well, everyone's been getting a shout out. Definitely giving them a follow over on Twitch. So we're just working on the background right now. I go ahead and I place all the characters here. I might have to. We're gonna be fixing where they're gonna be going, but I haven't done a piece like this in a long time, and I haven't drawn a cityscape like this in a long time. So like a city background. So I don't know how well it's gonna turn out, but we will see. I'm good, just waiting for my sleep pills to kick in. There you go. I'm just sleeping. Um. So since this is San Francisco, I'm gonna put in the tracks. And I guess a solid line here needs to be thinner. That's what I'm driving on the tracks. Sketch is looking pretty good right now. Thank you. So let's move it over more. Tilt it. Still not good enough. It's not good enough. Son of a bitch. That's good. Okay. Let me pause there. Let me pull up Blender real quick. I'll show you that animation thing.
Peacemaker.
Then I'm going on a break. Let's see. So I had to, for one of my mascots, for Nikita, I had to so normally, like with Tana, I didn't need to really do this because I was able to get it all done in VRoid. However, with Nikita, I wasn't able to do what I wanted to get done within VRoid Studios. So I had to like for the clothes that she has and everything. So I had to export her out and put her into Blender and then finish her up in Blender. Create her clothes in Blender. And I ran into an issue. Is that once you you can export out of VRoid Studios, but you can't import back in. So I had to basically just once I got her into Blender and I created the clothes I wanted to create for her, I then had to, because I still wanted her like to animate her and stuff for like for the intros and stuff like that. And so I just basically I took some stock animations and added her that way, and basically just animated her that way rather. Sorry. I gotta find. She's off of. Trying to find her. Should be in here. Why should I in here? Well, that's not good. Oh, there we go, 500. What? Blender crashed as soon as I opened the fucking project. Oh no! Why is Blender crashing on me? Uh-oh. Maybe I won't be able to do it. Because Blender's not starting. Great. There we go. Or not. I think I know what's going on. I think it's I have I think it was one of my add-ons. Just break in Blender. See if I can turn it off. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. As soon as I try and open up the project, this like dies. For some fucking reason. Exception violation. I might not be able to show you because it's not wanting to open the file for some stupid reason. Let's see if it's like any file. I don't think it's the file. I guess it's Blender being dumb. Maybe it is the file. Fuck. That's not good. Hmm. Well, that's no good. Alright, well, unfortunately I can't show you because it's... Blender doesn't want to open up the file. Like, the one file I have with animations in it. I don't know why. I'm getting crash logs, but I have no clue how to read them. So never mind. Let's see if maybe... Maybe ChatGPT can help me. I want to know why it's crashing on me like that. This is kind of stupid. Log in. This is fucking stupid. When I gave up on you. Yeah, I was able to open up another file, so it's not necessarily Blender. It's just something about my file for some stupid reason. I don't know what it is. Okay, so GPT can actually help. Interesting. Yeah, let me just a second. I'm trying to append it. Let me try to append it. There might be an issue where there was something set up for, like, because I made this on an older version of Blender one I have now, so it might be an issue where it's there's like an issue with something about the file something's sort of set up that it just kind of freaks out about. So let me just do this and then try to append it into a new file and see what happens. Oh. What?
Little Miss Linus is coming in hot with a rate of 8 viewers.
Oh, yes, what's going on? Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much, Lion. Welcome in, Raiders. Let me get you shout him out. If it lets me. Oh. Hold on.
You're breathtaking. You're breathtaking.
Oh, wait, you get 2 shoutouts now. There you go. I'm a lurk. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Ace. Ace Play and Drive. We do games. We do art. Tonight we're doing some art. We are drawing Teen Titans. It's a project I've been working on for the past year, where I'm redrawing an old piece I did about 5 years ago, and I'm redrawing it. I'm taking a little bit of a break though. We got the sketch kind of roughly done, and we're gonna be moving on to kind of the. We're basically just working on the background mostly. The characters themselves are done, which I will show you here. They kind of. Capacity is down, but yeah, I got all the characters done, and we are just working on the background tonight and tomorrow. Hope you had a good stream. Right now we're trying to get we're trying to get Blunder to work. How do I... Damn. That's not good. I can't even append it. What's that say I can do? Load it with factory settings. I can do that. Open file with load UI disabled. So no custom scripts or layouts run. How do I do that? In the file browser, uncheck load UI before open. Okay. Damn it, I didn't do anything. Damn it! I'm trying to append it, I guess. See if it's like I have to do it one by one. Unfortunately, it sucks. That didn't work either. I think this file is bugged, which sucks. So it is an issue with I wonder if there's something that's it's gotta be an issue with like 4.5. I think it was Richard doing some 4.2. Didn't do it. Okay. Let's see if I can get Blender 4.2. I want this to work, damn it. This shouldn't be an issue. Alright, I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go on a break. I'm trying to get Blender installed here while I'm on my break. There'll be some ads. Well, on for Twitch, not for YouTube. Also, there'll be an in-stream ad as well. If you ever want to see any normal Twitch ads for people on Twitch, go ahead and subscribe. Use Twitch Prime Sub. You got it. But I shall be right back. As soon as I get to my berry back. Yeah. Hey guys, Ace here. I'm here to talk to you about our sponsor, Dubby. What does W ask? I'll go ahead and tell you. Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like other energy drinks. Dubby contains amino acids, vitamins, a non-tropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Best of all, it's zero sugar, no hidden ingredients, and gluten-free. Dubby sells all different types of flavors, including Tiger's Blood, Japanese Soda, Push and Punch, and S'mores. You can also head over to their website and check out their merch and shakers. Also, Dubby is currently doing a collab with Soul Levelin'. I personally got the Ingress bottle because Ingress is awesome. But there's other bottles as well, as 2 different flavors. So what are you waiting for? Use my 10% off code and get your tubs today. Thanks again to Dubby for sponsoring. Let's get back to the video. Or the stream. Wherever this is playing. Alright, I'm back. My buttons isn't working. I hope that hop off. Okay, so type up producer off. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm gonna be getting off soon as well. But Hazemaker, hope you're still there.
I need some music.
I was gonna look up I said I watched the whole video. I only watched like a minute of it, like not even. I love the song. Oh, you're back. Okay, actually, you know what? Then real quick. Hold on. We'll go back. Okay. So I have a little surprise for you. I gotta change my capture. Hold on. I fixed it. I fix. Where's the... There we go. Okay, so let me hide the bones so you can see a little better. The armature. So this is Nikita from my OCs. And so this is an animation that she has. You'll see that you would see if you were, you know, pay attention to the break screen, you would have saw her do this. She pulls out like a phone randomly and just starts texting, which is not actually texting. She's just kind of like doing the motions like she's texting. There's like nothing actually going on this phone, but you only ever see that, so there's no point in doing that. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So this is the timeline down here. You see where the mouse is. And so this is a pre-made animation. So there's actually all these different like keyframes. And normally you wouldn't do this many keyframes. This is what like an exported animation looks like. Normally it would be more like just, you know, you'd see just different dots. Some were closer together, some were further away. You wouldn't see like every single little, every single frame have a keyframe. That's just more, that's kind of ridiculous. So, but yeah, so what you would do is, let me turn the armature back on. If I were to move one of her, I have to go into edit, or no, actually no, pose, not edit, pose. And then if I, so to say that I don't want her hand to be there, I want it to be more like, I don't know. Oh, is it working on rotation? I can't. So then I have to actually do this. I'd have to move, rotate this out. It works on rotation, not move. I have when I usually do my own. This is a exported or imported. Oh, actually no. Wait, hold on. I actually do have controllers. I don't know why my controller. This should be my own custom once. I don't know why the controller's not there. Anyways, doesn't matter. Normally I would have a controller where I could just move that around and it moves the whole entire arm instead of having to go to each bone and rotate it like that. But if I wanted it more out instead of it kind of more closer, I could do that and then set the keyframe. Or if, depending on the program, sometimes you have like an auto keyframe where it's like if you move it, it just automatically saves exactly where you stop. I would set the keyframe, and then she would, instead of it being there, she would then kind of be, she would actually, in this case, because there's so many keyframes, it would actually kind of look like she'd like do it like this for a minute. She would like that. But I'm not gonna, I don't want to ruin the... That's kind of like an example of what I'm talking about. Is if like you do an animation doesn't look good, you want to make some changes, then you'll go and make the changes you need to make, hit save, and then play the animation again. There's no like redrawing or anything. So yeah. I do need to fix the layout for, this is very cut off. Yeah, so what was going on though, what I found out is that I think it's this object, wherever this object is. I don't know where this object is. And I don't remember what this object is for exactly. I think it has to do with the render. Like the way... Hold on, let me turn this off and see if that... No, it doesn't affect anything. So I could obviously just delete it. So it was literally like this one object that was screwing everything up. So I think if I delete it, I think it'll be good. So this is in, I had to open it in 4.2 just to get this to work. So I think if I, you know what, shit, hold on. Let me actually, I'm gonna save as key to 1. Save as again, so it's the key to 2. So it's the key to 2. I'm gonna delete the cherry. I just in case like I do need it, I don't want to completely lose it. So that's why I'm kind of saving it to like a secondary file without being deleted. Okay, and I deleted the cherry. Don't you save, and then I'm gonna close Blender. I'll open up Blender 4.5 and see if it lets me open it real quick. If that's the case, then I can get rid of 4.2. I literally just downloaded 4.2 and installed it just to see if that was the problem, and that looks like that was the problem. There was something, 4.2 was fine with that geometry, whatever it was, but at least I think that's what it, okay, never mind, there's something else going on. They'll continue playing around with it then. Damn it. Ugh, that's fine. I'm not gonna play with it around right now, but I'm trying to focus more on this. But you get it. You get the gist. At least I know that I can open it in 4.2, so it's not a complete like total loss of a file. I could honestly even like I'd have to just maybe like append everything in and see if it's like I have to individually append every single object, which sucks. That's gonna be a long time. Alright, so I got this sketch here, and also I was going to react to a video while I'm working. What? Wait, what? Oh, that's why it's right there. We'll switch over. record. Really need to move the record button over. Oops. Okay, so this is gonna be like a quick video, nothing too big or anything. But we heard some not heard. We lost my train of thought. My bad. So it's been quite a while since we've heard any kind of news from. Let me turn off the music. Any kind of news from Kingdom Hearts. Any kind of like trailer or anything. And I'll be honest, it's getting kind of ridiculous. I want something. So it's been 3 years since we got the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4. And it's been what? It's been like, how long has it been? 5 years, 7 years since Kingdom Hearts 3, or rather just the DLC. I mean, yeah, we got a little bit of news early this year that not specifically for 4, but we did get news that the missing link got dropped, like just canceled. And then they did share some screenshots for Kingdom Hearts 4 showing like the progress. But that's all we've gotten. Just slivers, little tiny slivers of news, of meat from Nomura. And it's been some time. So we're going to react to the Gamers Joint, to Cynical. He wanted to discuss how long it's been, because it's been too long, to the point where I'm starting to forget how long it's been. So but yeah, so definitely give him a follow. This is going to be on YouTube, and or subscribe over his channel over there, follow his socials as well, I guess. And I'll have a link down to the video in the description below, and I'll post it on the chats as well, live chats, because we're live. So if anyone wants to hide YouTube. But yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. I will be drawing while I react to this. Oops. Hold on. My bad.
Alright guys,
Okay.
welcome back to another one. Today I want to try answer the question of how long has Kingdom Hearts 4 been in development for? This is a bit of a topic that gets thrown around a little bit, and there's no real definitive answer as to the actual development time frame we're looking at for the game, as it's never been formally confirmed by either Tetsuya Nomura or Square Enix, but there is information out there and evidence that sort of suggests the current development time frame of the game. Obviously, the game was announced and revealed back in 2022, but that's not to say Square Enix on April 10th, 2022 started KH4's development then, right? It obviously started quite a while before the official reveal yet. For those that don't know, the typical development time frame for a AAA game is anywhere from 4 to 5 years, with 4 being the most common. Right now, as it stands, we are currently going out of that average or typical development time frame for a AAA title for Kingdom Hearts 4, and slowly approaching what is assumed to be year 6. It should definitely be known, though, that the development process of a Kingdom Hearts title is a very different beast compared to most normal games out there. Square Enix have to go through a lot of layers in order to make certain things happen, considering that this is a Disney-owned IP. Disney need to tick off a lot of what Square is doing to ensure that the content fits Disney's guidelines. Naturally, there is a lot of liaising between both companies. Basically, it's thought to be that the Disney component of Kingdom Hearts, at least looking at modern Kingdom Hearts titles, extends the development period of these games. Now, Square Enix have multiple different development teams for their certain franchises, and the Kingdom Hearts one falls under Creative Business Unit 1. This one is based over in Osaka and is responsible for the Kingdom Hearts series. This creative business unit, though, again, it has been split into individual teams. The bulk of this team is developing HD Kingdom Hearts titles, so the mainline games, Kingdom Hearts 3, Kingdom Hearts 4, and the rest of Creative Business Unit 1 was working on Kingdom Hearts Dark Road and
Was. Keyword was.
Union Cross, and went on to start working on Kingdom Hearts Missing Link. So there was 2 Kingdom Hearts development teams.
Was.
As we know, Union Cross came to an end, Missing Link got cancelled. So I would have to imagine that at this point in time, that team was absorbed into the development of HD Kingdom Hearts 4, with Creative Business Unit being one big team working on one singular project. Back in January of 2020, before the Remind DLC was released, Tetsuya Nomura did a small interview talking about Kingdom Hearts, and one of the questions that popped up was, are there any further updates or plans for DLC? Nomura said here, there are no plans for a hypothetical update as of now, but if issues come up, we will deal with it. Remind is to be the first and only DLC. We are already working on the next title. The title screen of Remind serves as a piece of foundation for it. The game that he's referring to here is Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. So at this time, there was actually another team that was also working on Melody of Memory. To add to this, Nomura also said, we need some time with regards to mainline Kingdom Hearts, but first up, the Kingdom Hearts UX team will have a surprise announcement tomorrow. That was Dark Road. Aside from the Kingdom Hearts 3 and UX teams, we actually have 2 new teams in operation, and from them, one title will be coming surprisingly soon. Melody of Memory. Mention of another new team here, so 4 in total at this point in time. I'd have to imagine
4
was the beginnings of Missing Link, where once UX and Dark Road wrapped up, they absorbed into the Missing Link team. The point I'm trying to make here, though, is for all of these different Kingdom Hearts projects that have been releasing since 2020, there are individual teams assigned to these projects. The main Kingdom Hearts team has always been working on HD Kingdom Hearts, the mainline titles. So the development of Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, its DLC, likely wrapped up sometime in December of 2019. Because of that, we'd have to assume that development on Kingdom Hearts 4 likely began somewhere towards the very end of 2019, or right at the beginning of 2020. Square Enix even put up a job listing for HD Kingdom Hearts back in October of 2019, likely recruiting for the development of Kingdom Hearts 4. I also want to mention too that it's also very likely that development on Quadratum as a world may have also started back in 2019 as well. The original plan for the Remind DLC was that it was going to...
I would assume so, because we've been seeing Quadratum since... Technically, we've been seeing Quadratum since Kingdom Hearts 3, the DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3. But we saw like the actual what's actually going to look like in the game, like, cause they get like some sort of like, I mean, we basically saw what it was gonna look like in Kingdom Hearts 3, but we saw like the actual like world itself that's gonna be in Kingdom Hearts 4, like what that's gonna look like. We saw that in the teaser trailer, and then we saw more of it when they dropped the screenshots. So yeah.
Include a brand new world. Nomura said that they actually did start designing and planning a new world, but decided to pull this out. We'd have to imagine that the new worlds that Tetsuya Nomura is speaking of here is Quadratum. That the secret episode would basically take you to Quadratum. There would be an explorative phase where you get to run around the world, open up chests, and eventually have it end with the Yuzora boss fight. Because he mentions here that in the end I decided that it would be better to work it in properly from the start next time there's a chance. I definitely believe he is talking about Quadratum. So by about December of this year, or January of next year, we are looking at a 6-year development time frame for Kingdom Hearts 4, which is starting to get into the area of being very long.
Yes. I want to say that it should technically be done within 4 years, but 6 years sounds like I don't know. I feel like it should be done now. I'll be honest. I feel like it should be done now. I think they even said so at one point. I don't know.
And quite dragged out. It's concerning, of course, because we still know very little about this game. There is literally one trailer and 7 screenshots. Well, Nomura has mentioned recently that...
All we know is that it's Sora, spoiler alert, for any Kingdom Hearts 3, and DLC. I'll have for the YouTube version, I'll have like a time stamp, whatever. Okay, so, this is following up on the fact that Sora not dies. I almost said dies. Disappears. Kind of like dying. And yeah. So and basically what happens is he doesn't actually die, go like the afterlife or anything. He goes into like what's considered a purgatory, to him and the people in his world, but to people that live in the world, it is just like regular everyday life, and that is Quadratum. Quadratum is basically a purgatory for Sora, because of the actions of Kingdom Hearts 3. Won't go too much detail, but so, and that's what, and then at the same time, everyone in Sora's world's looking for him because he just kind of randomly disappeared, and well, I guess it wasn't really random. It was more like he disappeared, like unknowingly, I guess disappeared. I guess you want to say it that way, and like he was told he was gonna like some bad was gonna happen, and but he like chose to do the thing anyways, and so now he's gonna deal with that. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, well, that's all we really know is that now he's in this purgatory, and we got like leaks for like the worlds, although we don't know how accurate that is. Like it's gonna be a lot of like newer Disney worlds, as you know, you would think, and but also Star Wars is on there. No like older worlds. That's all newer Disney worlds and like Star Wars, pretty much. So, well, other than like Hercules, we're obviously it's a Kingdom Hearts game. We're going to Hercules. That's always a given. I think this time is going to be we're going back to Hades again, Underworld. So yeah, there's that.
Development on Kingdom Hearts 4 is going according to schedule. With how quiet they've been about the game, it obviously does raise concern. I do believe, though, that this is part of Square Enix's new approach to how they market their games rather than showing content over the course of many years. They now want to start the marketing cycle about a year out of release. The other thing, too, is if we look at Kingdom Hearts 3's development cycle, that took about 5 years. Although it was revealed in 2013, and by that point there had been about a year's worth of development progress made, that project ended up restarting as Square Enix wanted to shift development from their own in-house Luminos engine over to UE4. So development on that game truly began at about the beginning of 2014, with the release right at the beginning of 2019. So 5 years. Right now, looking at Kingdom Hearts 4, we are beyond that time frame, even with the expertise that the Kingdom Hearts team now has with Unreal Engine. So even though there are those Disney difficulties when it comes to the development process of a Kingdom Hearts title, you have to ask the question, how much time do you actually need, even knowing you have to go through all of those loops and hurdles, given the Disney difficulty? Also, just for funsies, I decided to look into how long it took Square Enix to develop both Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 back in the day, and while there's no definitive answer, it's assumed that it's anywhere from 2 to 2.5 years, which is an insane thought. Obviously, the development landscape of the difficulty and time to make games is very different compared to the early 2000s, but what I would give to go back to those days where we would get Kingdom Hearts content so consistently. Games just take
Yep.
way longer to create nowadays. Because we are fast
Sadly.
approaching the 6-year period of development for KH4, this is why whenever a gaming showcase rolls around, there is always slight expectations and high hopes for the game to pop up, because at this stage, we should ideally be seeing more of the game. I absolutely
Should
have
be.
expectations for the Game Awards this year. There is no reason why we shouldn't be seeing a lot of Kingdom Hearts 4 in 2026, with hopefully the beginning of that marketing cycle starting in December of this year. So,
I swear to God. If Jeff Keighley makes one more remark about Kingdom Hearts possibly not really being at some sort of word show, I'm gonna lose it.
hopefully that wraps up and explains the entire Kingdom Hearts development situation, going over both the teams and the supposed development timeline of Kingdom Hearts 4. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. Be sure to slippity slap that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Big thank you to my wonderful YouTube members and patrons. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and we'll talk again real soon.
All right. Well, that was Cynical over at the Gamers Joint. Definitely go ahead and give him a follow, like, all that cool stuff. Go ahead and, if you're not already, subscribe to this channel, comment below, all that fun stuff. And I will see you in the next one. All right. Again, that was just for a live video. I'm not going anywhere yet. I'm gonna hop off stream super late. Getting sleepy. See you tomorrow. No problem. Yeah, I'll be back on same time. We're gonna continue working on this. It's gonna be a lot longer just to get this much done. to get this much done. But yeah, thank you so much, Hayes. I will see you tomorrow. You know what? You want us? He's kind of right. It is getting kind of late. We've just been doing a lot of stuff outside of the drawn, and I kind of started a little late because I was having technical difficulties. I'm gonna have to go fix that. So yeah, because it won't take too long because I'm gonna be using just like regular lines, so it won't take too long to get to first. Yeah, I'm fine with just kind of ended it here, to be honest. Let me get music going. 1 second. Well, actually, I'll just switch over because it's gonna play music anyways. There we go. All right, well, I want to thank everyone so much for hanging out. All right, well, I wanted to thank people before we head out. So Hazemaker, thank you so much. Really the only person talking on the YouTube side. As for Twitch, we got a good amount of people. Let's see. I want to thank 2 raiders we got tonight. No, Puppeteer. No, sorry, not Puppeteer. Sorry. Lion, Lomus Lioness, and also Explorer. And then I want to thank Grams, Explorer, Hayes. Let's see. Puppeteer, Heather. Who else? I think I got everybody. I want to thank all you guys for hanging out in the chat. Thank you so much. If you're just lurking, thank you so much for the lurk. Like I said earlier, I will be back tomorrow. Let's go ahead and see who's available for a raid. Real quick. Raid for the Twitch people. We got a good amount of people on tonight, but I think we're gonna raid over to Boom and Banana probably. Let's see what he's doing real quick. Friend of the channel.
I spent some time fixing some things. I need to find my stupid. If I'm a stupid mouse for my Steam Deck, I can't find it. I had to like by hand do that. It's a pain in the ass to do. I'm an ad right now, but looks like playing Chronos: The New Dawn. So I'm starting to notice that a lot of people are jumping into like horror games and stuff. So I'm gonna be doing some horror games and stuff. That's another thing. I'll talk more about that tomorrow because we're towards the end of the stream here. But we'll be doing some horror games and some horror art as well, horror-esque art. But I'll talk more about that tomorrow. So definitely tune in tomorrow at the beginning of the stream, and we'll go ahead and talk about that. Yeah, let's go ahead and start right over to Booming. And like I said, I'll be on tomorrow, same time, same place. Follow all my socials. Let me post that real quick. There's that. Let me post that over to YouTube. Yeah, people on Twitch, stay tuned for Boomin'. People on YouTube and Twitch, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.